You want to know what I love the most? Ringtones. Ah yes, ringtones. Little melodies that would play on your phone when someone calls you. It's a joy to hear. You can put literally anything on it. You can put your favorite song on it, a sound, whatever you wanted. Believe it or not though, ringtones were brand new around the mid to late 2000s. And who wanted to capitalize on it? A little known German company called Jamba, or known as Jamster, whatever, same damn thing. You might know them for their two most popular characters, Gummy Bear and Crazy Frog. And recently to date, their character Snuffle Bunny has been getting recognition last year for their song Bunny Party. Probably heard it a few times. I know I have. You've probably seen videos covering these little guys, because I know I have also. But you want to know who I never see dive deep into? Mad Moley.
You're so yummy and so sweet, simply alright and proper. I like your...
You either seen or heard his name once or twice. He was a meme years ago. On videos covering Jamster, he's on thumbnails or mentioned by name. They go into the basic stuff, that it was a weird ringtone, and he stood out from the rest pretty much. But what the hell am I gonna do with that info? Well, it's time I handle this myself. Since no one else wants to cover the topic, ladies and gentlefolks, I present to you the story of René and Taupe.
Ich liebe dich, obwohl du scheiße bist. So scheiße, richtig scheiße bist. Noch nie hab ich jemanden so vermisst.
Our story starts in the big year of 2009. A German company called Fox Mobile Group would eventually create the character. Trust me, by the way, I looked everywhere. I cannot find jack crap on this, on the company. They would create the character, like I said, René Taupe, or as it was first known over there, Moley. No, not the English word Moley that we know. M-A-U-L-I. Pretty weird name to spell. People would mostly know him as a French character, but believe it or not, he was first created in Germany. That doesn't make him strictly German though, as most of his other music videos would be made in France. So technically, he is both French and German. His first hit single to date, which I'm going to butcher this very heavily, so any German viewers, let me know if I pronounce this right. Scheiße, ich liebe dich. I hate myself for trying to pronounce that. For the release date of the song, it is currently unknown at the moment, but the earliest mention of the song was on Jamster's German website around March of 2009. Most sources say August 30th of 2009, but that is incorrect, as that would be the release date of the French version of the song, Mailed, which literally translates to shit. The song is about Moley and his, well, shitty relationship. He calls the viewer shit, which in this case the viewer might be his ex, and he would go into detail on how you used to insult him, but he still loves you for it. Basically, verbal abuse. From what I can gather, this was a song to taunt people's exes, which most people that I know had sent this to their exes, once or twice. And due to that advertising, it was the most downloaded song of 2009 in Germany. And the single itself would reach number 30 in Germany too, and peaked number 38 in Austria. It remained 9 weeks on the German charts. He was basically an icon at that point. The company Jamba would go to Fox Mobile Studios to go license the character for ringtones. Obviously, this boosted Moley's popularity over there in Germany, and it was really well advertised. Due to Jamba now having the rights to the song, or at least having half of the rights, they would be translating the song into many languages. One of them would be French. Moley's popularity in France was basically, imagine Crazy Frog, the most annoying thing in the country. Kids loved him, but adults hated him. That didn't stop Moley from creating another single though. In May of 2010, Jamba France would create a second song, officially, Mignon Mignon, which translates to cute cute. This song would be written by 2 people, the Fat Rat, Hank Hobson, and Marcelo Payne. Wait, no, sorry, hold on. Pagan. I don't really like butchering names, so I'm so sorry. This song wasn't too slow to become a hit either, as the lyrics to the song would quickly make it more popular than it's supposed to. The song, I'll go into detail. The song is about how Moley, or as he was finally renamed, René der Maulwurf in Germany, and René Taupe in France. I also forgot to mention, Moley was named Foley in France for a short amount of time, but that name was obviously so stupid that they had to drop it so quickly. He sings about how no matter if the viewer is fat, he still loves him and thinks it's adorable. A cute body positivity song, huh? Well, not really. When Jamba Germany got a hold of it to translate it, it would quickly become a fat-shaming song. As you can notice here, Moley's design in Mignon Mignon is a little bit more different than what was shown in Scheiße, ich liebe dich. The modelers were told to remodel Moley and redesign him to be a bit more cuter, chubbier, and shorter. Obviously that ranked his popularity up, and, well, oh, it sure did. It was a hit, and it would increase ringtone sales in both France and Germany. it would be the most listened to and downloaded ringtone in the middle of 2010. That's the basic stuff, but what about the alternative versions and the translations? Well, let's get into that. Well, obviously, when we're going to get into this topic, we're already going to start with the first song. The earliest translation of Scheiße was Mailed, which I already got into. That one is the most popular version of the song, and probably the most well-known. A few other versions exist, though. Few in circulation, and few that are only available in parts. For one, the English version. The English version, also known as Holy Crap, I Love You, was released around at least early 2010. It's one of the later translations that would be done. The word crap was surprisingly derogatory at the time, so it had to be I keep stuttering. It obviously had to have the hell. It was basically rated explicit. This song is a direct translation of the German version, just with a little spice up and localization. This one is easily available online, and you can go listen to it right now. I mean, for gosh sakes, it's on Spotify. At the moment, from what I know, there is no commercial recordings of this being advertised in English, but we do know it was advertised at some point in time. Now, for the Italian version of the song, Sai un poco ma ti amo, would be released around mid-2009, at least the same time around the French version. This one would be done by Jamba Italy. When it first released, it was one of the first few Italian internet memes, although it wouldn't be big as the Italian mignon mignon, which was spread everywhere, which we'll get into later, by the way, don't worry. This one is odd, because this is one of the few that has its full 30-second opening, but it is not available in full. Actually, I'll be able to show you a clip right now.
Quel che gli altri dicono non mi interessa, se canti sei ma dimostri bellezza. Mi piaci davvero così come sei, pur essendo un pacco, sai. Ti amo ma sei proprio un pacco, sai. Pesante, insopportabile, mi manchi è la verità, pur essendo un pacco, sai.
The singer has a beautiful voice, and what stands out about this one is that this one was sung by a female singer. It is not yet confirmed, but lowering the voice would give you a more feminine-like singing voice, which, well, that kind of confirms it in a way, so. The full version is not available anywhere, but you can find the 30-second preview on Jamba Italy's channel, or as it's known on the channel, Jamba Italia, which Italia means Italy if you weren't aware. You probably already know because you guys aren't stupid, at least I don't think so. Another translation that would be done was a Spanish version, which does not exist in full, unfortunately. From what we do have is a low-quality MPEG file that only lasts 17 seconds, from what I remember at least. I think it was probably shorter. I screwed around with it a little bit, and I was able to remaster the audio to be in high quality. So, I'll show you the low-quality version, and then I'll show you the remastered version. So, let's see! In this version, which I can translate because I natively speak the language, it's a bit more tamer and a little bit more toned down. Instead of him calling the viewer a piece of shit, he calls them boring. Even despite the 4Kids censorship, it's still a really funny song. The version in full used to exist online, but unfortunately, it is taken down. Eres un tostón is still being looked for by the Jamster community, including the Spanish side. When any updates on the search is available, I'll be able to let you know in the pinned comment. If I can pin comments, of course, because YouTube took that ability away from me. Another version that also exists in a bit shorter part is the Hungarian version, which I can show you a reconstruction I did of the two previews that exist.
Érzem a sagod, aludni sem hagy, mert elég bűdi vagy. És szeretek, pedig bűdös vagy, olyan bűdi vagy. Még senki sem hiányzott úgy, mint te.
What's interesting about this certain translation is that his name would actually be changed. I'm probably going to butcher this again, but his name was changed into Kukivaki. The lyrics would still be altered. Instead of him calling the viewer shit now, it's now Stinky. He calls the viewer Stinky. Even with the censor though, that didn't stop the Hungarian people from hating it. I looked through a lot of forum sites and video sites. I noticed from a lot of comments, people hated Cookie Baki. And they hated Jamster. Due to this, the full version was not uploaded anywhere, even when someone did buy it. However, it was spread online on the Hungarian side of the internet for a really huge while, actually. Searching the name of the song Budi, or just Cookie Baki in general, just brings up a lot of results, at least on YouTube. For a lead on the full version of the song, at one point in time, on at least Jamba Hungary's website or on a bit.ly link, a 40-second version of the song was available to download and buy. One person has commented on one of the Cookie Baki videos and admitted to having it, but that was almost a decade ago. They probably have something better to do with their lives now. So please, for the love of Jesus Christ, don't bother the guy. He probably ain't gonna respond to you anyway. And 2 other translated versions of the songs aren't even available anymore. It was a Russian version and a Portuguese version. The only proofs of their existence are archives of the Jamster Russian site and the Jamba Portuguese site. The Russian version would be I Love You, while the Portuguese version, I'll have to look back to see the title, I'm gonna butcher the hell out of this, Tu és uma porcaria, were available to download. For the Portuguese one, you would be able to view it on a Flash player, which you no longer can find. In the Russian version, you couldn't even download or view. And what's weird enough is that around March of 2009, the Russian site would have Eres un Tostón viewable instead of the Russian dubbed version. Which, by the way, this proves that Eres un Tostón and the French version were among the few first translations of the song to be made. An alternative version of Mailed, which would be done by Jamba France, I'm probably also going to butcher the title here, so bear with me here, Si la rentrée, was a back-to-school version that was done for the summer. This one is easily findable on YouTube. I'm not going to put it on here because I have enough copyright already. So if you want to listen to it, the title's on screen. Now for his next song, Mignon Mignon. We already know about the German translation, which came out after. But what about the other ones? Well, I'll get into that right now. Our first translation was the English version, which, believe it or not, there was 2. I'll get into both. The American version, which is the most infamous, or famous, was the first one to be done. You've probably seen it in that one commercial I showed earlier. The name of the song is literally just Yummy, with an I, for some reason. The full version of this, or at least the 30-second version, was unavailable to hear without the narrator for years, until someone discovered it on Jamba France's asset website out of all things. I'll give you a listen of a remaster I've done of it.
You're so yummy and so sweet, simply alright and proper. I like your fat weight, cause I like them double whoppers. I often hear people on street laughing about you, but where are you all skin and bones? I couldn't cuddle up on you. You are so yummy, 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 fat, fat, fat. So yummy, 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 fat, fat, fat. Your class and your trouble, if the woman went down, plus you got fresh on the shelf, half for dinner.
As you can tell from the lyrics alone, this is a translation of the infamous German version, which would be fat-shaming instead of body positivity like the French version. This commercial was done around late 2010 at most, and for some reason it would last as long as 2014, which, by the way, I actually got to see it on TV once. Most people at the time saw it on MTV, but I actually got to see it on MTV2 when I was 4. It was around Jamster's grave though, so it was once and never again. A full version of the song does exist out there, but it was left unreleased as it seems like that Moley was not doing so great over in the Americas. Considering that characters like Gummy Bar and Crazy Frog were already around, Moley was kind of doomed from the start for the US. Compared to Germany and France's sales of this song, the US's sales were just okay. It did alright. Due to this, only one of the translated songs in English was released in full, which is Holy Crap I Love You. For Yummy, this was recorded, but it was never released in full due to this. Lyrics that are rumored to be from the full version of the song were leaked online last year, which I will actually read one of the excerpts from it right now. I like your little bulges and I like your tubby legs. When we start to eat, nothing can keep us from our eggs. I'm very, very hungry. I don't know what to do. I am drooling, salivating because I want a taste of you. Interesting, huh? At the moment, the full version was not discovered in full, and I kind of doubt it will be discovered in full anytime soon, as 1, it was unreleased, and 2, considering that Jamster as a company is dead right now, and we do not know any of the singers of the English version, we're kind of screwed. The second English version, which was named Yummy, this time with a Y, was recorded around the same time. And what's interesting is that instead of Mad Moley, he would be renamed Crazy Mole. Probably to go with the crazy line of animals that Jamster was putting out at the time. Crazy cow, crazy frog, you get the idea. It's drastically different from all versions of the song. If anything, it's basically its own version. Take a listen.
Here is the deal, I'm Moley the mole. I got the pink puckered nose and I live in a hole. I love eating worms, they are crazy like me. They kinda taste like chicken, try one and you will see. I am so yummy, 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 fat, fat, fat. So yummy, 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 fat, fat, fat. Cut me so flat, I'm a slave to the beat. When you're chilling in your bed, I'm crazy with my feet.
All the mentions of fat shaming and body positivity are removed from this version, and instead, it's Moley singing about himself and how fat he is and how he likes to eat. This one is more weird, especially the end. When you're chilling in your bed, I'm crazy with my feet. That's a really weird line to put in there, especially when it has nothing to do with the song. This version was not popular at all, and instead, the American version would go on to live on a bit longer. However, this version would be replacing the American version really late into Jamster's lifespan, actually. Instead of the US version, which was already recorded at the time, they would start airing this version, which unfortunately there is no recordings of right now at the moment. I know this because I've seen it at least once. I don't have a really great memory that much, but I remember it being this version specifically that I saw on TV. Speaking of English versions, the commercial, which you would have to text MAD to 75555, there's a version which only proof of its existence is a camcording where it says you have to text MOLE to 75555. It cuts off right after the narrator is about to announce it. Sad. People are looking for this version, but I'm gonna be honest, I kind of doubt we're ever gonna get this version anytime soon, so I just recommend y'all give up. Moley would both fail in the US and in Great Britain, like I said, but thanks to it becoming a meme in recent years, and this year actually, surprisingly, it would make a resurgence in recent years, and interest in Jamster stuff would go by an all-time high, which, that's where we are now. There are two other versions of the song where I need to mention, so I'll be super duper quick with them, I promise. The Italian version, Bella Cicciotella, this one, surprisingly, was really popular in Italy when it came out. Previews were everywhere. It was basically an internet meme more than Mailed was. It was spread everywhere. It was on YouTube, Facebook, WhatsApp, you name it. The full version of the song was left unavailable for almost a decade until someone discovered it in a WhatsApp group chat. I'll show a 30-second preview that exists right now to you.
Tu sei dolce, rotonda e mi piaci come sei. Adoro i rotolini, non dimagrire mai. A volte alcuni ridono quando tu sei con me, ma se fossi per le ossa non sarei pazzo di te. Sei così, bella, 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 bella Cicciottel. Bella, 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 bella Cicciottel. Mi piaci quando ridi e divori le pizzette, e dopo che hai mangiato fai un sacco di puzzette.
This would be a translation of the French version, which you already know, that one was about body positivity. It seems the marketing for Moley over there, or Renato La Taupe, as he's known in Italy, really did work over there. A lot of people was desperate to have him as his ringtone. Facebook posts show that people really loved the guy. There was also a Dutch version that was made. It is still unknown whether it is official or unofficial, but I will be able to post an interview once I get in contact with the guys behind it, Gorilla Studio. The song was not done in full in Dutch, however, the first half of the 30-second version was translated into Dutch, which I will show to you right now.
Jij bent zo lief, leuk, aardig en zo knap, knap, knap. Applausje voor jezelf van je klap, klap, klap. Prachtig ondermooi, maar wel een beetje dom. Maar dat maakt niet uit, nee, daar gaat het toch niet om.
This version also got a heavy funk remix, which I will not play on here because I am not in the mood for more copyright. So if you want to see that version, just search this title up. It's pretty long, so Moley would be renamed to Yondamol, which, from what it seems like, Grollo Studio basically adapted Moley as their own. Basically, imagine the Indian Billy and Mandy dub, but if it was for a ringtone. They even made one original song for Moley, and a rap version was in production at one point. Unfortunately, it didn't seem that it gotten far, but even despite that, turns out Moley was really popular in the Netherlands, and I think still is. Research shows that it was apparently a TikTok trend to not only sing along with the song, but dance to the song. It's really weird stuff. Also, this is not related to Mignon, but I will get these out of the way real quick. Parodies were made of René the Taupe, including the 2 songs that were done. So many parodies of René were done that they're a lot, and I won't be able to put them all in here, so I'll just give you one example that I found and I thought was really funny. There's also one where he explodes into blood and guts, which I will not show, because, listen, I get fictional gore and shit, but I'm not into that, so no thank you. There's one where he gets zapped by thunder, which he also explodes into blood. There's also 2 song parodies that were done. One was a political parody, which I'll only show a clip of. And another one was a internet troll 4chan-like parody. I don't know anything about that one, so I'm not gonna get into that. But enough about alternative versions of the songs. Let's get into the other songs.
Fortnite balls, I'm gay, I like boys. I kidnap autistic kids, little Mosey is what.
I'm gonna use Miku again because I want some colorful stuff. And not only that, I have no other music to play, so just enjoy this for now. After René the Taupe's 2 other hits, Jamba France would adapt Moley into other music videos, such as Ooh La La, which features him at the beach. The song was never translated into German, so I'll just get into what it's about here. The song is basically Moley admitting that he's not perfect, but you can't judge him for that. He goes as far as to say stuff like, "You say I won't succeed? Well, how about you do it yourself?" And, "I know that I'm stinky, but at least I admit it, unlike you." Jeez. It's very hard to find online in full, but I'll show you a preview. In this music video, it confirms that Moley has a race. He's Jamaican. You could say that's a separate character, but this proves it more considering that in the English version of Yummy, you can clearly see that the voice actor was trying to give him a Jamaican accent. It's very slight, but you can notice it. You might have noticed that Moley's model also changed in this music video. Rumors say that Jamba France lost the original model used in Yummy and had to recreate it from scratch. Obviously, you can tell that wasn't really done too well. And you can also notice that the lighting and the scenery is a bit more low budget than usual. I'm guessing that they rushed it, I don't know. All I know is that this one wasn't as big, but it was still pretty popular because, you know, it was René the Taupe. And not only that, this would receive a remix version, which I will not play because I will also get copyrighted. This song was released in 2010 also, which along with this song would release a CD and a DVD called The Adventures of René the Taupe. This would feature all of Moley's songs, including some original ones, which I actually do have a rip of the songs and the covers, thanks to Zuhair, which is a friend of mine. I will be able to show you the covers in their full quality. This would actually have original songs like Ding Dong and Fart Salad. You can also buy these digitally in Amazon France, but a German version was released afterwards, but this version is extremely rare to get. It barely sells online, and not only that, rips are not online either. This would probably feature full versions of songs and would probably feature the translated Ooh La La, which at the moment does not circulate. I also forgot to mention prior to this, a song, Tu Parles Trop, was released, which was the last music video to feature the original model before the redesign happened. Which, this is available on the René the Taupe archive. I'm not going to show this one because 1, copyright, and 2, I'm lazy. So if you want to see some more Moley stuff, and if you want to see this music video specifically, here it is. After those two songs, he will receive yet another redesign. This time, this one was more Pixar-like and a little bit more expressive. He would eventually come out with a song called Taupe la tête. I think that's how you pronounce it. This one is basically about Moley supporting the viewer's looks, no matter if they look ugly or beautiful. It's a really supportive song. You should take a listen.
T'es comme un boudin et tu sens le lapin. Te regarder en face, ça craint, reste là et mange du foin. Chacun est comme il est, pas besoin de te maquiller. Arrête de te mater et va te rhabiller. Est-ce que t'as vu ta tête? On dirait que tu te pètes. Ok, t'as un gros cœur, mais tu fais plutôt peur. Est-ce que t'as vu ta tête? On dirait que tu te pètes. Ok, t'es pas mal, mais je rentre dans le noir.
As you can tell, the budget has been upped ever since the last one, and it looks gorgeous. Around the time the song was released, which was 2011, or at least 2012 at most, René would actually collab with Alvin and the Chipmunks out of all things for the next Alvin movie, which was Chipwrecked. And no, I'm not joking, I'm dead ass. The next and very last song to be released under the Jamba name, and at all, was a song called Taupe, if that's how you pronounce it, which literally translates to Everybody Get Naked. It's presumed and rumored that René Taupe collabed with Daft Punk for this. After the release of this song, which I believe was 2014, René would go radio silent. The only mention to René was either live action concerts, which yes, that does exist, and a few plushes that were made. But overall, the little guy was just gone. And so with René gone, so was Jamster. He would mostly live on through memes and others, but overall it was just, he was mostly gone. Sorry if this video wasn't really like great or documentary-ish, but it was the closest thing I could, and not only that, this is my first time. Not only that, it's a bit overwhelming to make a video like this, so of course it'll be cut shorter and I'll probably be stuttering a lot, but I had fun making this. I'll probably make a part 2 with more information, but for now, this is what I have on me at the moment. Well, at least stuff I can share publicly. There's some other stuff, but just to respect some people, I won't have to share that. At least not now, unless I have permission. But pretty much, that's the deep dive into Moley, or sort of deep dive, whatever you can call it. Oh yeah, by the way, one time René got a lawsuit because of Me Known because the rhythm was really similar to another song that someone created like years ago. It was really funny. Just a little quick mention of both the video and love you guys.